Hello, 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 and welcome to another coffee time. Why not? Why not? I think at least 4 people watched yesterday's one. So let's do this. Top story I think we'll cover. Oh, it's the Olympics. Oh, again, not a good story. And this was something that, well, was going to happen. Yeah, we're looking at the women's boxing between Angela Carini from Italy and Algeria's Iman Khalif. Now you're probably thinking, what's the big deal? Well, Iman Khalif is a bloke, is a fella, though we're living in these strange times where even if you have XY chromosomes, you're allowed to beat the snot out of a woman because those are the days we live in. We live in strange, strange worlds. Yeah, it's not the first time that somebody with what can I say, varying sexual characteristics has come to prominence. We've had it in the past. Crikey, do you remember in the 80s when the Russians used to field those weightlifters and they all looked like they had beards and things like that? That was the hormones, like. But yeah, Caster Semenya is probably one of the most famous athletes who was portrayed as a woman, was he actually a man, because they have what's known as a DSD and has undescended testicles. I think in an interview said my testicles aren't any way of limiting my womanhood. It's like, well, wait a minute, your testicles are, because that means you're a man. So yeah, this isn't unfamiliar territory. But to see it in boxing is just absolutely shameful. The fight lasted 46 seconds. I watched it, and I think a couple of punches. The first punch dislodges Karini's headgear, and she goes to a corner to get it adjusted, and then she comes out again and gets hit again. And it's like, just look at the reach. The reach is ridiculous. And she goes back to the corner and just says no. And that was it. It was all over for her. And of course she was suitably distraught. Now let's. This is a picture of Carini. There we go. One for the dads out there, and what do we have a picture of the Algerian? Yeah, here you go. Quite clearly a woman. Quite clearly a woman. There you go. But yeah, this is a shameful day for the Olympics. A shameful day for women's boxing. And what now? Again, Carini, she stepped away, obviously because she didn't want to suffer brain damage, even though they were wearing headgear. The Algerian was powerful enough to knock it off, or nearly knock it off. I think what needs to happen is every woman that comes up against Carini has got a decision to make. You either fight, and if you're lucky you might land a punch, or you just step down and you say no, like the pool players and the darts players that we've seen take that stance. And all the women need to just say no and let the Algerian win gold, and not stand on the podium with bronze and silver and let these men dictate, well, this utter unjust. Again, I can't believe this is the 21st century. I can't believe we let this run in the name of genderism. Sex is absolute. You see it here. A man has 80% more physical power than a woman. It's been scientifically, calculated when it comes to boxing, and I don't know. I do believe we're living in odd, strange times. So yeah, that's the first story. It's not a good story, is it? It's not a good story. But yeah, you're going to see more of this. But this is dangerous. This really is totally and utterly dangerous. Oh, good news, everybody. This is fresh in. Interest rates are finally cut. Yeah, the Bank of England announced that they're cutting it by 0.25%, so it's gone down from 5.25% to 5%. Again, it's not going to help us because thanks to Trussonomics, Liz Truss, we're paying £140 a month extra for our mortgage. Should have been going down, not going up. But there you go. So at least that's some good. That's some good news. But let's get some court news in. Let's try and look at the weird and wonderful world of court news. Yeah, Lady Emma Arbuthnot, who's judging a case in the High Court at the moment, is quoted to have said that they've stumbled into an alternative reality because they're ruling on an access case to children. So it's, and they're two ex-partners. They're battling out for access to, well, what they claim are 3-year-old twins. Yet the mother claims the twins do not exist. Like I said, Lady Emma says that it's a perplexing case, but there is some evidence that at least one child was born. And here is the judge, looking perplexed, I think. How utterly bizarre. Right, so this is at the High Court at the moment. The ex-husband insists he believes his wife was pregnant when they parted and gave birth to twin boys, who would be now aged 3. And he wants to resume contact, but his ex-wife denies ever being pregnant, while accusing her former partner of being coercive and controlling. And no births have ever been registered. Yet the High Court heard there was evidence at least one child does exist, said by the ex-husband to have been born after the couple married in 2019 and then split in 2020. What a strange case. But yeah, in her ruling, Lady Arbuthnot said that she believed that a birth has taken place in a private hospital, though they're unable to say where the child was now. She also told her being struck by the difficulties of exploring facts without lawyers representing the couple. The judge added that the family court cannot act as an investigator. Now, again, the UK family court is a very murky place. We don't get to hear much about these kind of cases, so it's really fascinating that we're hearing about this. But yeah, she said that there may well be a different conclusion reached if they had more evidence. Leading family barrister Lucy Reid described such cases as extremely challenging. She said it would be difficult for an outsider to believe a tale involving the many twists and turns. The man, who's referred to as Double A for legal reasons, said the woman, described as Double Z, has informed of being pregnant, seen a midwife, and also had the baby's weight. She told the court she'd never been pregnant, and her ex-husband doctored evidence to suggest otherwise. But yeah, Lady Arbuthnot's 74-page ruling found insufficient evidence to say whether the woman gave birth to twins. Well, there you go. Did she or didn't she? We need to know. It's a mystery. Do the twins exist? We'll never know. So that's at the High Court. Who'd want to be a judge, eh? Who'd want to be a judge? Yeah, not a good one, that. Oh, we got more about Hugh Edwards. It's a story that keeps on giving. Again, it's a real. Again, for those of you who don't know, Hugh Edwards, BBC newsreader, very high profile, commentated on the Jubilee, the Queen's passing, Prince Philip's passing, you name it. He was the go-to man at the BBC. He was the face and the arse of the BBC. I'm not going to show you that picture again that we showed yesterday. Here he is going into court. But it does seem that the police completely fudged the case, because they didn't get him. They didn't even find out that he had this trove of indecent pictures by looking at his mobile phone. They came to it from a different investigation. Yeah, they were investigating a chap called Alex Williams, who's 25, from Merthyr Tydfil in their Welsh Wales. So they've got a link together. They've got a link that they're both Welsh, Here is Alex Williams. So they're investigating him, and it was only when they checked his mobile phone out, his devices, that they found the connection to Hugh Edwards. There you go. Now, Williams, he got a suspended sentence for his crimes. That was back in March, I think it was. And so it doesn't look like it. Do you think Edwards is going down? I don't think so. So yeah, it looks like the police only got to Edwards after investigating Williams. He sent Edwards 377 images, 41 which were indecent, and formed the charges, which the newsreader pled guilty to yesterday. So Williams was given a 12-month suspended sentence for 2 years in March after also pleading guilty to 7 offences. Yeah, it's bonkers. It's also come out that the BBC did know that Edwards had been charged. So there's some overlap between him stepping down, them knowing he'd been charged with these crimes, and him still being paid. He should have been fired straight away. I mean, it's just a whole dirty, murky business. And again, an insider at the BBC came out and said, "Oh, Hugh Edwards was propositioning young runners and young office lads at the company for years, and the officials took a blind eye to it." So, it's what we pay for. We pay for this. We pay for this. Oh, here we go. Let's change tone. Let's change tack, shall we? What is the UK's worst chocolate bar? I don't know. You got any? I'm gonna say Turkish Delight. I can't abide that stuff. This was a debate that was ignited by the discount comparison website latestdeals.co.uk, and there was a lot of strong. Oh, thank God for that! It looks like I got it right. So unfortunately, the graphic is obscured somewhat, but I'll pull up the infogram. Twix is very popular, but yeah, it is Fry's Turkish Delight at the bottom with 36% of the vote. Absolutely. Karamak in second, I'm surprised. Bounty? Look, I'm not a big fan of Bounty, but I understand why some people might like it. I'm surprised Milky Way. I'm surprised Milky Way's coming at that point. But there you go, yeah. It's Turkish Delight all along, which I totally agree. Was that out of how many votes was that? 22,000 votes apparently. You can also vote for your favourite one. If you go to the Daily Mail website, they've got the top stories. But yeah, Fry's Turkish Delight was officially crowned the UK's worst chocolate bar. Absolutely. Absolutely. That stuff's disgusting. But I can't believe poor old Karamak came second. That's one for the kids, isn't it? Karamak. It's a very sweet one. What else have we got? Oh dear, that's a shame. Gonna cover that? No. What else have we got? Back to the Olympics. One triathlete had to swim in the river Seine. It's like, really? That don't sound too nice. Here they are, diving in, and they revealed that they saw things. They saw what did they see? A repulsed triathlete. This is Belgian star Julien Vermeulen. was part of the competition that swam 1.5 kilometres in the Seine on Wednesday. They revealed how disgusting it was to swim in the river and slam they say bullshit. Will that say bullshit? I've just said it. The bullshit around organisations keeping Olympians safe. The women's triathlon had been postponed on Tuesday after tests revealed the Seine was not clean enough, and they reckon they spent 1.2 billion pounds clearing up the river. And there was a 100-year swimming ban on the Seine. But hey, don't worry, guys, you can all get in. Come in, the water's lovely. And as recently as June, it had 10 times the permitted E. coli bacteria. Yeah. Vermaelen told VTM, I guess that's broadcaster, while under a bridge, I felt and saw things we shouldn't think about too much. What do you reckon? Condoms? Turds? Who knows? That's Julien Vermaelen. I mean, come out there with a used condom draped over your shoulder. I mean, it's not nice, is it? I mean, nah. But it's good for us though, because Beth Potter from the UK got bronze. She didn't mind the turds. She didn't. She's obviously been practicing by swimming in the Thames. There you go. So yeah. We've got some beach volleyball here. This is Egyptian athletes competing against. Who are they competing against? The Spanish. So again, these are the Egyptian athletes: Marwa Abadaldi and Doa El Gabashi. Again, I know I'm doing it for the dads. They're up against Spain. I guess you could say they put on a cheeky performance. Must be hot though. Must be hot. But they're just showing the differences in style. Again, if they want to wear the full body thing, that's fine. It must be restrictive. But Egypt did lose. They did lose to Spain. So yeah. Meanwhile, in Olympic stereotype news, Italian Olympian gymnast Giorgia Villa. I've got a picture of her. Oh, whoops. Here she is. Has got a unique sponsorship. Right, she's that's her being pictured during the artistic gymnastics women's team final at the Bercy Arena in Paris. But her sponsorship deal, again, stereotypical. She's got a brand deal with a Parmesan cheese company. There you go. Of course. Of course, wine and cheese. There you go. I mean, pays the bills, doesn't it? Pays the bills. There you go. So we've done a lot of Olympic news today, haven't we? Is there any other stories? Meanwhile, we're going to Sweden, to the University of Stockholm, where, wow, this is a theft that has baffled cops. On Saturday morning, 4 houses were stolen. Excuse me, how did that happen? Yeah, four houses were stolen, right? These are the houses. And it's a crime that the police have said that left them baffled. These were stolen from the University of Stockholm over the weekend. And it's left the police absolutely baffled. They weigh around 3 tons. And the 4 homes are worth a total of £215,000. Here's another one. I think I figured out how they did it. They're on wheels. They're on wheels. And here's another one. And there you go. But yeah, it's left cops perplexed. I wonder how they did it. I wonder. But yeah, they were recovered eventually. After locals spotted the homes with a man and a broken down car in a parking lot in Tungelsta in Haninge. So yeah, they stole houses. Meanwhile, don't be stupid news. Where is this? This is off the coast of Kefalonia in Greece, right near Pelekravo Bay. There is footage. And I'm just waiting, and here is, of course, there's an advert. There's always an advert. But oh god, it's oh no, it's all right. I thought it was 1 minute long, but it isn't. I can skip it. But yeah, what this is supreme stupid. This is a mega yacht that's sinking off of Kefalonia. As you can see, it's listing somewhat. You're probably wondering, how did this happen? Did our mate Vlad have anything to do with this? No, it didn't. It didn't. Ah dear. Yeah, it's not a good look. So, do you want to know how it happened? Well, turns out, right, that one of the crew left the side door open, right, of this that's called a mega yacht. It's worth 16 million quid. And yeah, tourists had to abandon ship, and yeah, they didn't manage to close the door once the weather turned bad. And the award-winning Maltese flag yacht took on water. It'd recently been renovated and refurbished. It boasts 5 cabins, an onboard gym, deck jacuzzi, jet skis, and they rent them out to 12 guests at a time for a charter. But yeah, 5 tourists aboard safely disembarked. And yeah, the vessel was tugged back to shore. So yeah, it was all right. It didn't go completely under, but it did take on some water. And here's a picture of it in better times. But yeah, don't leave the doors open. I reckon someone's going to get fired. What do you reckon? Yeah. Oh, there we go. Greggs. Everyone loves Greggs. Greggs over here, they sell pastries, mainly sausage rolls. But a new rival has entered the scene. Yes. Yes. And it's not who you'd expect it to be. Hotel Chocolat, apparently, right, are going up against Greggs. Okay. They're going to have 4 new bakeries opening at sites across Yorkshire over the summer. Wow, I didn't know that Mars owned that, but anyway. And yeah, the menu items on offer have been developed in house. They're based on dishes from the Hotel Chocolat restaurant, and they're going to be providing a twist on your usual pastries. Yeah, so so you can have a piton pulled pork and souffle spinach flavours. It's like a bit fancy, isn't it? But yeah, they'll also have a chocolatiers carrot cake and a Caribbean chicken curry pasty. So sounds a bit fancy. Head of Velvetizer Cafe, Ian Mackey, said this launch represents a significant milestone in the Velvetizer Cafe as we expand our offerings to include a diverse and delectable menu inspired by our commitment to quality and innovation. Each item is crafted with care and precision using the finest ingredients. Blah 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 blah. I don't think it's going to take on Greg's though, is it? How much? How much is the price? I don't know. They haven't got any. They haven't got any like pictures of this new bakery, so they've just got the banner from, and it doesn't also say when they're opening, when it's scheduled to open. Bit mysterious that. Oh, it comes after Mars snapped up Hotel Chocolat for a staggering $534 million back in November. No wonder I didn't know that it was owned by Mars. There you go. Meanwhile, I've got some more court news. This is the story of Lucy Cow. That's funny because the shoplifter's name was Cow yesterday. It's Kaur. She's described as a hospitality manageress, and she managed to use her Swamp smartwatch to hack tills, which gave her more than £4,000 of freebies from Chester Racecourse. She managed to get it to carry out fake refunds and diverting the cash straight into her own bank account. The mother-on got away with the thefts for 4 months until bosses were tipped off by an employee that was using a high-tech watch to steal cash from the tills. Inquiries revealed that Cow had previous convictions for benefit fraud and possession of goods with false trademarks, was only the employee present at the 16th century venue. Here she is. Oh dear. Again. Another one's been caught. Again, I'm sure she must be related to the other one. And this was at Chester Racecourse. Here we go. At Chester Magistrates Court, Cow from Anfield in Liverpool admitted theft by employee and was sentenced to 16 weeks in prison, suspended for 12 months, of course, with an order to pay Chester Racecourse £2,000 in compensation. When quizzed, she cited anxiety and depression for her criminal contact. It's your mental health, and it's me mental health what made me do it, Gov. It's me mental health. Anyway, she got away with it, basically. Have we got any? I'm looking for any animal stories. I can't seem to. Oh, did you? Have you heard the news? Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez are divorcing. Oh, well, they reckon they're filing for divorce. Oh, it's a shame, isn't it? It's on and off and off and on and on and off again. That was celebrity news, wasn't it? Come on, there must be an animal story around here somewhere. I'll end with a good one. okay, we'll do this one. We're going to, where is it? Onto Mount Torotau in Russia's Bashkortostan Republic on the 29th of July, where they were doing some paragliding. I'm just waiting for the video to queue up, and there's an advert. But it's for a computer game called Eve. Skip ad. Here we go. So do it. There's your warning. 1, 2, 3, bang! Let's watch that again. Bang! Yeah, so the paraglider took out a hiker. And that was his first flight. Yeah. It was his first flight in his paraglider. Yeah. The woman who he hit was treated for a fractured collarbone, 2 broken ribs and concussion, and where she was injured and couldn't move. Here she's being taken away, where she's expected to make a recovery. But yeah, it was the paraglider's first time, and he scored a direct hit. You sank my battleship. Indeed. Yes. Come on. Come on, there must be an animal story. There must be. I'm gonna do a search. Do a quick search for one. Do a quick search. I'm going to use the search box because there's nothing on the main page. So I'm just going to search for animal. Most recent. Okay. I've got 2 stories. I've got two animal stories. All right, first one up is we worry about climate catastrophe in the world and whatever, but yeah, scientists are proposing that we create a biorepository on the moon. Yeah. What they want to do is this biorepository will contain frozen cells of millions of cryopreserved animal species from all over the planet, all kinds of animals, mammals, reptiles, birds, amphibians. What about the fish? Have some fish. Insects. Can you do insects DNA? Maybe. But so yeah, if life is wiped out on Earth, there's a cheery thought, we might be able to clone them on the moon. But if we're all wiped out and there's a load of DNA on the moon, yeah, scientists at the Smithsonian National Zoo and Conservation Biology Institute in Washington, D.C. have outlined their hugely ambitious plan in a paper published in Bioscience. They haven't estimated the exact cost of a lunar biorepository. They reckon it will be 5 times more expensive to establish one than one on Earth, but cheaper to maintain. So there you go. I mean, we do have a seed vault. This is the Svalbard Global Seed Repository Vault thing. So yeah, but that's not on the moon. But yeah, they're going to put all the animal DNA on the moon. Meanwhile, we're going to the Netherlands, Utrecht province on Thursday night. Right. They've put out a warning for parents not to go for a walk in the woods with their children because a child was pushed over by a wolf in Austerlitz. And that incident came up 2 weeks after another confrontation led to the closure of a popular walking area. And yeah, they're sending out the men with guns to kill the wolf today. A statement said, assuming it was a wolf involved, wolf experts say the behaviour displayed is atypical and worrying. The province takes seriously into account It is the same wolf that was previously involved with the incident in Leusden and with another girl and a dog. So there you go. There's no pictures of the wolf, but if you're in the Netherlands, I know we do have some Netherlands viewers, don't leave your kids in the forest because wolves. And that's it. We'll stop it there. Maybe I can get a picture of a wolf up, just to end on. I mean, I'm very sorry that, you know, I'm very sorry. It's just a very, very poor. It is a picture of a wolf. He's a generic wolf. He's not the one in the Netherlands, but he is a Eurasian wolf at the Polar Zoo in Bardu in Norway. So there you go. He's cute, isn't he? I like his sticking his little tongue out. So let's see if there's anybody in the chat room. Dr. Oz is in. He says proper Turkish delight can be nice, but Fry's version is low quality, covered in chocolate. Yuck. Don't like it. 4 people watching, 3 likes. Come on, guys. Come on, you can do better than that. Anyway, thank you for watching. That was the news. Killing the channel, one video at a time. Drink it out. Oh, and he just said the Liverpool stabbing suspect has just been named. Well, that's interesting. What, legally? Because he was underage. But, you know, it's obviously caring the community. It'd be interesting to see if he was actually known to the police, because if he was known to the police, that's just another, you know, another police failure. It's all sad and horrible, and it's yeah. Ta-da.